What's up, gang? It is 5:36 a.m. We are on our way to TJ.
Hi.
For Natalia's vitals to be checked for her operation.
For my BBL.
For her BBL. She is so excited, and I'm excited to see what goes down. Y Modelo.
Okay.
I love Modelos, I love Corona, and I love Bud Light
Mira, we're really
Chelada. This is the day that we're going down to Tijuana so she can get her vitals checked. So they're gonna make sure that everything is okay in her body for her to actually go through with the surgery. So because she's gonna get it in a month. So this is the time that they make sure everything is a-okay for and that she's healthy for them to go through the surgery. So my question for you, Natalia, is why now did you decide to get a BBL? You're 37. Why didn't you get one earlier, or why did you feel like this is the best time to get your surgery?
Okay. Well, let's talk about the monetary reasons. I just didn't have the money to get this. And honestly, it's been a slow process for me to really work up to this. Like, I've done the gym thing, I've done the isolated weightlifting, I've done a lot of that stuff, and I thought that maybe I didn't need to go through this earlier on in my early 30s, because I thought that maybe if I worked out and if I really just did the training, my body would reach the goal that I wanted to, but it just hasn't. And then it comes to a point where you need to understand the difference between, you know, what your body can do and genetics. So that's one of the main reasons. And it's been, like I said, it's been a very slow process to get to this point. I've been wanting to have a better body for 7 years now. I've tried a lot of things. I'm just not achieving the results that I want. Now, did I ever think that I had to go all the way through surgery for it? No. I tried many other things. It just didn't happen. So now as I'm getting older and I saved up money, and honestly, going through the pandemic last year, I think that was really the push I needed. And let me explain myself. Like, you know, I've been working a lot my entire life. I've been saving up money, and I've always been saying, you know, this money's for a rainy day. It's for a rainy day. It's for a rainy day. You know, I'm gonna use this just in case something happens. Well, the pandemic came, and it was the rainy day. It was the rainy flood, and you know, and I realized throughout the entire time that I was stuck in my house for almost a year and a half, I'm like, the rainy day happened, and I'm still here. So that really pushed me to realize that tomorrow's not given. That if I want to get something done and I have the money and I have the time, I have to do it now. It's now or never.
Period.
All right, this is what you probably are asking yourself. How much is this going to cost? This is my deposit. Well, I already gave a $500 deposit for the date, but I'm going to give most of the money when I get my vitals checked on Monday, November 8th, when they check me to make sure that I can get operated on, that I'm ready for surgery, that I'm healthy, and that I don't have any underlying health conditions. That's very important. They ask you to get this done 6 weeks in advance, just again to make sure that you are ready to get this procedure done. Now, this is gonna be a bigger procedure. It is gonna take some time to heal. It will hurt. What I've been told, it will. Everybody's different. Everybody's pain threshold is completely different. But I want to be very realistic and not thinking that I'm just gonna bounce out of this like nothing. I'm sure there's some women that have, but then again, I don't wanna put that in my mind that it's just gonna be all roses and glorious, because it might not. So I wanna be very realistic. Now, am I nervous? Absolutely not. I am not nervous. I am actually very excited. And I want to talk about the difference between being nervous and excited. You can actually train your brain to switch from nervous to excitement by just saying, instead of saying, hey, I'm nervous, to say I'm excited, because that triggers the same area of your brain. So if you just put things into that perspective, instead of being nervous, just say excited, then yes, you will have that little jitter, but it's jitters of excitement and not nervousness. So I'm going with that one. Okay, so what they quoted me. Like I told you, I want to do my arms. I want to do my inner thigh because I do like the inner thigh gap. And I'm just going to do a small contouring of my butt and my hips. Nothing crazy, nothing super bubbly. I just want to look like God gave me pretty much like a 10 body. And so the 360 BBL in itself is $6,000. And then I opted for $600 of lipo here. And then my thighs is gonna be $600. I think that puts me up to $72. And then, and I know a lot of people are gonna have different opinions on this, but I also asked about my ribs because they have a procedure where they recontour your bottom rib. And it's safe. I know a lot of you are gonna be like, that's not safe. It is safe, it is safe. And the FDA doesn't really approve that because that's a whole different situation here in the US, but they do it all over the world and it is safe as long as you go to a doctor that is, specialized in all of this. So for an extra $1,000, I can get my bottom rib contoured because I do have kind of this square. Again, I'm wearing a compression. This is not what I really look like, but I do have a square frame. I've always had a square frame. So I wanted to at least be able to have that hourglass figure. So that's why I opted to get the ribs done. Now, that doesn't mean it's gonna be done because the day of my surgery, the surgeon's gonna look at me again and really, he's gonna really gauge if I need it, or just with the bottom contouring of my body and the top contouring and then the actual fat transfer, my waist will go down inches just with the contouring and then wearing the compression suit for the next 3 months after the BBL. So that's where I'm at with that. Do I really want to have a smaller waist? Of course, everybody does. Is it really gonna happen? I'm gonna have to wait for the day of the surgery to see if that's gonna be actually happening. Now, if that happens, then it's definitely gonna be a longer recovery time, which I am expecting and ready for. Again, be expecting and ready for a longer recovery time. When you're getting lipo to your entire body, you're pretty much gonna look like a truck ran you over and you got beat up. Just letting you know.
Ella está aquí en Vive.
About to get my vitals checked.
I can't go with you. Say I can't go.
¿Cómo? Ella no puede entrar conmigo because of COVID restrictions, which is really, really good. So they take really good precautions about COVID and who's allowed inside. But I'm gonna get my vitals checked in order to make sure that I can be ready to get surgery on December 20th. 2 horas.
Okay, ciao.
Here I am. I'm gonna get my EKG test done right now. I had to take off the top parts of my outfit, make sure I had no necklaces or watches or anything. And they're just gonna check me out, make sure my heart is okay, make sure everything's okay to get this operation and this surgery on December 20th. So let's see. Good luck to me. By the way, I want to say that all these tests that I'm doing is included in the price and is included with the surgery. So I am not dropping any type of cash today for this. The only thing I had to do is reserve the day and drive down to get this done. When I leave, it's not going to be included. I'm not paying for anything. It's included in the price. I'm going to give the majority of the payment today, but the reason they don't suggest that and they're not going to take the majority of the payment, which is I was going to give $7,000, the reason they won't take that is because if I give the payment today, that's going to be considered as a deposit, not the $500 they took for the initial consult, but anything that's given before the actual day of the surgery will be considered deposit. So if the day of the surgery comes and something happens and I can't show up or they can't show up or anything, they keep that. So very, very, very...
If they cancel too?
So very important to know that you have to read those clauses well and ask many, many questions, because I was about to do something crazy and give most of the money for my, like pretty much all of it right now. And if something would have happened to me, maybe I get coronavirus, maybe the doctor gets coronavirus, who the fuck knows?
For some reason.
And then cancels for some reason, then they would have kept all that money and then I would have just lost everything. There's this clause that I want to talk about that's in the contract, and this clause is very specific just in case for some whatever reason they cancel your surgery because you're not ready for it, and between the doctor and the anesthesiologist they decide that you're not ready to get operated on that day. So that clause says that you will lose your $500 deposit, but they will keep the deposit or half the deposit there for when you are ready to get surgery on. Now if you opt to not do it anymore, you will lose the $500 deposit. So that's something that you need to sign off on, and I don't know if that's going to change your mind, but hey, that's the risk that you take for having an amazing body.
Y mira, estamos aquí con, ¿cuál es tu nombre?
Gabriel.
Gabriel, aquí.
Hola, mucho gusto.
Sí, buena persona aquí en Tijuana.
¿Qué están haciendo aquí?
Hacer una boutique.
Sí.
Perfecto.
Como la boutique así de
Ah,
ropa.
sí.
Entonces va a ser todo en uno.
Oye.
Me vas a comprar los pantalones que... What a great experience. This first initial checkup, or the only checkup that I need before the surgery. Everybody was super nice. I came on a Monday. There's nobody here. I was the only person here. So again, like days of the week is very important, especially if you're crossing, because crossing time, you'll be here forever if you don't choose. So other than that, they were super nice, very helpful. I had tons of questions. They helped me out with the question that I needed about should I give most of the money in today, which they told me don't do it. So good for them for letting me know and being honest with me. They're very honest. They're gonna keep communicating with me on a weekly basis because they have to check that my weight, that I have proper weight in order so they can get...
So how much weight do you need to gain?
I had to gain 10 pounds and I'm there.
You are there.
Yeah.
Say bye-bye, Vive.
Bye, Vive. So I had to gain 10 pounds and I'm there. Now what I have to do, I have to go out this way and then we wrap around again. Is this guy trying to help me?
Gabriel, what are you doing?
Okay, yeah, we have to wrap around again. I have to gain 10 pounds. I'm there, but she's gonna call me. She's gonna be in communication with me. I think on a weekly basis to make sure. Oh, she just came out of surgery. To make sure.
Oh my God.
She's like this. To make sure that I'm not losing any weight. Now, she said that I can gain a little bit more weight, but after that, I cannot lose any weight from where I'm at now. So it's very important that I keep my weight up, which is, I think that's the best part of the surgery, is the fact that I'm eating everything and anything inside without working out once.
That being said.
Yeah, that being said, we're leaving TJ. It's 11:52. We got here at 7:52, so we've been here for that's 4 hours. I went to the dentist. I saw my braces. What is it? Orthodontist. Orthodontist. I saw my orthodontist. I went to Viva Plastic. I got everything, my whole checkup, and now I think I'm just ready to really start my new life. Got on the ready lane. It was a little bit stressful, but I would say this: do not trust your GPS. The problem with the GPS is that the GPS, when you're in TJ and you say that you want to cross to San Diego, will take you the shortest route. The shortest route is the Sentry Pass. If you don't have the Sentry Pass, Sentry is like having a TSA pre-check global entry. If you don't have that, they'll flag your car and they'll flag your passport. Now you have one time to fuck up. If you do it again, they'll confiscate your car and you need to pay a fine of $5,000 because at this point it's a federal offense. You have to pay a fine of $5,000 to get your car back. Ooh, camarón pulpa will die. Is that michelada they can make me? I can drink a whole lot of
Right.
michelada.
A las 11. Ay.